I wasn't looking for a hidden civilization when I started this investigation. I was researching architectural anomalies, old photographs, buildings too grand, too precise, too impossible for their supposed era. But then I found something else. In the 1771 Encyclopedia Britannica, the most authoritative reference work of its age, the single largest article is not about Britain, not Rome, not China. It is about Great Tartary, written, mapped, bounded, civilized, an empire so vast it dwarfed every nation described around it, and that's when the official explanations began to collapse. The deeper I looked, the more the pattern revealed itself. Not scattered examples, a pattern that repeats with unsettling precision across continents, decades, and archival institutions. In 1570, Abraham Ortelius published the world's first standardized atlas. Tartaria was primary, not a footnote. A full primary map, Tartaria, Empire of the Great Khan. 2 independent cartographers, 87 years apart. The same empire, the same boundaries. By 1757, the region was subdivided. 7 distinct Tartary labels on a single map, not mythology. Administrative geographic designations, treated with the same weight as Prussia. The 1771 Encyclopedia Britannica confirmed it. The 1797 3rd edition confirmed it again. The 1842 7th edition, still confirming Tartaria as active civilizational reality. Then by 1885, the name had vanished. Not gradually faded. Vanished. 43 years after the 7th edition, the same territory, relabeled. Simultaneously, British maps, French maps, American maps, Russian maps, all relabeled within the same window. When encyclopedias across continents remove references simultaneously, that isn't scholarship, that is coordination. The silence in the historical record is deafening. Chapter 1. The Atlas that started everything. Ortelius. 1570. The 1570 Theatrum Orbis Terrarum contained a full dedicated map of Tartaria, Tartaria, Empire of the Great Khan, titled Illustrated, Bounded, Authoritative, Caspian Sea to Pacific, Persia to the Arctic. Larger than the Roman Empire, I've documented this across archives in Washington, D.C., Amsterdam, and Paris. The consistency is precise. Chapter 2. The Encyclopedia Entry, written in plain sight. The first edition Encyclopedia Britannica, 3 volumes, Edinburgh, 1771. Its single longest entry, not Britain, not Rome, was Great Tartary. 3 editorial generations, 71 years of continuous publication. Confirming the same civilizational entity. Ask yourself, how does an entry this large vanish from every curriculum after 1900? Chapter 3. The mud floor, buildings that begin underground. Photographs from the 1860s through 1890s, doorways beginning 2 to 4 feet below grade, windowsills at ankle height, ornate stone arches half swallowed by soil. I've documented this in Samarkand, in Kazan, and St. Petersburg. Across Tartarian territory, these weren't foundations. They were finished, decorated, inhabited floors. Still buried today. Chapter 4. The White City. Built in 2 years. The 1893 World's Columbian Exposition, Chicago. 600 acres. Over 200 buildings, manufacturers and liberal arts building, 1,687 feet long. Larger than 30 football fields. Administration building, gilded dome rising 275 feet. Rivaling the cathedrals of Europe. October 30th, 1893, closed. Weeks later, demolition. 2 months, gone entirely. Ask yourself, how does the largest building on Earth leave no debris record? Chapter 5. 5 cities. 5 erasures. 1851 to 1915. Paris, 1889. Chicago, 1893. Buffalo, 1901. St. Louis, 1904. San Francisco, 1915. Everyone demolished. I've examined 47 photographic series from these 5 expositions across 3 continents. Municipal records from Chicago, 1893. 600-acre complex completed in 18 months, by hand. Ask yourself, How does impossible architectural coordination appear across 5 cities on 2 continents? Chapter 6. The Soviet Revision. Admitted in writing. In 1957, a CIA report documented what happened to Tartaria's historical record. Quote, Tartarian history was to be rewritten, let us be frank, falsified. 1944. Soviet Central Committee ordered, proceed with scientific revision of the history of Tartaria. Tartaria appears on maps from 1375, the Catalan Atlas, history's most important chart. Not a legend, not folklore. A named, bounded, populated geographic entity, 510 years of continuous cartographic documentation, then surgical removal, Ortelius 1570. Vischer 1657. De la Lille 1757, each treating Tartaria as a documented geographic reality. Then the same territory was relabeled simultaneously, British, French, American, and Russian cartography. Not gradually phased out. Not scholarly refinement. Removed. Within fewer than 30 years, the timing of encyclopedic removals matches the cartographic relabelings. Both match imperial expansion. The 1944 Soviet order confirms someone knew what was being removed and why once you see it, you can't unsee it. It's everywhere. It was coordination. It was deliberate. First you control the sources. Cartographic publishing was centralized in London, Paris, Amsterdam, and St. Petersburg. The same financial networks funding imperial expansion invested in encyclopedic and cartographic publishing. Second, you control the interpretation. Academic gatekeeping is not a modern phenomenon. Third, you control the narrative. Textbook standardization in the late 1800s was a deliberate project. Fourth, you wait. Within 2 generations, the memory is gone entirely. The people who remembered the maps are dead. The memory is institutionally erased. This wasn't gradual improvement. This was sophisticated knowledge systematically forgotten. If they removed an entire civilization from consciousness, what else could they remove? Patent applications for Tesla's wireless energy system defunded and disappeared into corporate archives. These weren't fringe experiments. They were documented, witnessed, and then made to vanish. Architecture we cannot replicate today using modern equipment, built with horses and hand chisels. The greatest heist in human history was not of gold or territory. It was of possibility itself. Knowledge is power. Ignorance is control. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. I don't have definitive answers. Only questions that accumulate, that builds upon each other, a weight the official narrative cannot support. The investigation continues. The questions remain. These weren't myths, they were evidence. And the silence is the loudest thing. The archives are deep. The evidence is vast. The questions are multiplying.